I'm going to read to you the second part of my comedic screenplay from 2019. Dr. Natural is located in a bad neighborhood in Brooklyn. The first 2 weeks, Andrew went with his mom and dad, Poppy, but finally he was able to go alone. Dr. Natural asks, "How was your commute?" Andrew says, "I was panicking. I thought I was going to get lost and wind up in an even worse neighborhood, then get mugged." Dr. Natural asks, "But you got here okay?" I say yes, with no issue. Dr. Natural says, "See, the real world is in chaos." Dr. Natural says, "According to your mother, you rarely leave your bedroom and post on the internet all day. Is this true?" Andrew says, "I came here, get coffee in the morning, and go to the gym. So technically it's not all day long." Dr. Natural says, "Most of the day?" Andrew says, "Yes, most of the day," and they both laugh. Dr. Natural says, "Okay, you need to do more than that with your life." Fast forward a few minutes. Andrew asks Dr. Natural, "Have you ever heard of Taylor Swift? She's a famous pop star. I check her Instagram, her Twitter." Dr. Natural says, "No, I'm in my 70s. I don't follow modern pop." Andrew says, "I believe she knows who I am." Dr. Natural asks, "How so?" I said, "I was wearing an I Love New York t-shirt. Then I noticed on her Instagram, she had an I Love New York t-shirt on too. Or I was posting about birds, then I discovered she had a bird sweater on." Dr. Natural says, "This is an example of predicate logic. You think things are related to you that aren't. There's no evidence that Taylor Swift knows who you are." I say, "I was also thinking," Dr. Natural says, "Time's up. I don't give my advice for free. See you next week." Back home, the mom asks, "What did you talk about with Dr. Natural?" I say, "We talked about living in the real world." The mom says, "Good, let's live in the real world." I proceed to enter my bedroom fantasy land for the rest of the week, and a montage begins of me going to the gym, making crazy videos, posting on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I glance at Taylor Swift's Instagram again and again and again throughout the week. "Look, she's wearing a camouflage dress, and I was wearing a camouflage t-shirt in Brooklyn. Is she watching me through the subway cameras and the Starbucks cameras? Is it a message?" The stepdad outside my bedroom. "Kylie, get off the couch!" The mom says, "I swear this dog has a split personality. I think we need to medicate the dog." Andrew screams, "Ah, I'm in hell!" The montage ends and the week is over. Fast forward to the next week's Dr. Natural appointment. Andrew takes the train to see Dr. Natural. Dr. Natural asks Andrew, "What steps have you taken to live in the real world this week?" Andrew says, "Well, I walked to the coffee shop down the block and bought a latte." Dr. Natural asks, "How was that experience?" Andrew says, "Good. I like coffee, and there's some cute baristas that work there, but I feel like they're all viewing me like I'm a mentally ill freak." Dr. Natural asks, "What else did you do to be in the real world?" I say, "I go to the gym, but I don't interact with anyone at the gym and they all think I'm crazy." He asks, "How was your commute this week?" I say, "Good, I guess. I didn't get lost." He says, "Why you guess?" I said, "Well, there was a smelly man on the subway spilling his beer everywhere, and there were these two attractive women on the train, and I was trying to hide within myself. I couldn't look at them, and I feel like everyone was viewing me in a critical way. I was having a panic attack." Dr. Natural asks, "Were you bullied as a child?" I said, "Throughout my childhood, I was severely bullied." Flashback montage begins. The kids would hit me, burp in my face, humiliate me, degrade me, embarrass me, and this went on every school day. Dr. Natural says, "It seems like bullying intensified your fear of the real world. Wherever you go, you think everyone's a bully. But the reality is, that's not true." Andrew says, "That's okay. Taylor Swift is waiting for me to get mentally stable. Then I'm going to get rich and famous." I'm half joking, but I am serious. Dr. Natural says, "I hate to break the bad news to you, but no one is coming to rescue you, and Taylor Swift doesn't know who you are." Andrew says to Dr. Natural, "I hear that you say Taylor Swift doesn't know me. I repeat it, but I don't believe it. I was listening to her new album about love, and I believe all the songs are about me. They're about a future relationship with me." Dr. Natural says, "The reason you feel this way is because you have nothing in your life. You have nothing in the real world." If you go out, begin interacting, perhaps you won't need the Taylor Swift fantasy. You're living in a fantasy land, but when your mom gets older, the illusion will shatter. Prepare for the future now before the rude awakening happens.